Cheers, mate. Right. Cheers, mate. Yeah.
So, I believe that's perhaps is also
How you doing? Well, you alright, Christy? Appreciate it. Saturday, mate. Hey? What do you mean? What's that, mate? Ah, right. Check me, you alright? You alright?
yeah, this is my big one.
You know that, mate.
Sorry. He'll be giving the speech later.
Free head lads, free head lads.
Thanks, Mama.
There you go.
He'll be giving a speech later.
Will he? Louis.
So I've
What have we got there?
place there. You guys have unground one time.
Hello Maria, how you doing? You alright? Nicola Bruce, how you doing? Rusty, you good? Oh, he's complying, They're complying, mate, they're complying. Someone's awake, huh? Yeah. There he is. He's a young journalist. Oh, Piers Morgan.
Where? Piers Morgan. No way.
Not Piers Morgan. You know. Do you know what? Someone else just said that. The geezer giving out the leaflets. He said Piers Cook. I think that's where I got it from. Oi mate, is your name Laney?
Yes, Laney. You saw me, I thought I was
Certainly,
blending
mate.
in the crowd. I thought I was blending in the crowd there, mate.
Thought he's in trouble there.
Comes in trouble, I was, yeah. Fred, why was your message attractive? What you've done, what you said?
Where's the people? This is not good.
CBB, is it somewhere?
Yeah, I see BB, yeah. I'm saying, where's the people like?
Yeah.
Should be much more than this, really.
That's what I thought.
I don't know if people come out of the dark, you know, I don't know.
I'll be honest, I don't I've been into it a long time. I rarely, only recently stopped working a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
That was a personal choice because of stuff going on with my shitty job.
Yeah.
And I've not been on the tube in ages, so it was like really weird coming on the tube. It's like I'm not on the tube. Yeah, but even when I was working, I rarely come up into central London.
Nice.
It's not worth it.
You want to avoid it, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I signed there's a store, there's like a
Where's that precinct? Stretton is always Stretton, yeah.
it's literally like up the road.
All the gangs, all the drug gangs, isn't it?
And then like I bump into whatever, it's like, oh, did you hear about the shooting? See, I have to like either see it on Twitter or like bump into whatever, go, oh, did you hear about the shooting? No, where?
Crazy, yeah.
But yeah, I don't really, but my fellow works east there, but yeah, we rarely come up.
No.
Come up into central London, there's no point. What's the point?
That's right. The note you say you got got to keep fighting and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to come. I knew this was happening, so I wanted to come to this, even though it's later in the day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
This one, I think this one's the important one.
Of course, and it's just not enough people wearing it. Hit the like button, guys. Subscribe and hit the bell notification on. No, that's all right. Yeah. That's all right.
The petition seems to have stalled a bit as well.
Yeah.
They've already kind of ignored it.
I got your rat. I got your rat.
Oh, you got that? I didn't wear mine today.
You're right.
I don't want to give her a reason she's section 14 on me.
Yeah, you're right. Nice chat with you, anyway. All the best, yeah? Tell you, mate, you alright? Slow this straight down there. BBA. Oi. Thank you, mate. Oh, Sam. Certainly, Bill. Mind the rope, mind the rope, mind the rope. Watch out, mate. Oi, oi.
That's where all your speeches and
Right, guys, let me go back over.
Hey, no, no.
Everybody go back over. Guys, we all go back over.
No comply. How you doing? You alright? Sweet. You stay? Chatty beer. Chatty beer. Alright.
Hey, Abbas, what's going on, lad? We good?
Good, mate. Yeah. It's beer.
It's the legend.
Hey.
It's the legend. We've got Abbas in the house.
Yes, summer's a wanker.
Yes, summer's a wanker. Yes, summer's a wanker. Yes, summer's a wanker.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Certainly, Cheech. Marie. Soul Rebel, how you doing?
We know you, we see you for what you are! 80% of the population did vote for you! We see you! We are watching you!
Gosh.
Time for the speeches!
Got a Sean Nanny goat now. The Magna Carta at our right. Raise the colours. The March for England. Stop the boat, sure, mate.
Trabajadores de Vodafone.
Is this a democratic country? Is this a free society? No.
Tell me, mate, you alright?
Hello, brother, you alright, yeah?
Good
Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. You alright,
Hey, yeah, you
yeah?
alright?
Happy days, mate. Happy days.
I'll see a thing over, alright, fucking true. It's not swearing in the street.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it, Tommy. He started the demo a little bit raspy, didn't he? Now, I'm going to also say that this is bigger than a left or right issue. Now, recently, I've had knowledge anti-fascists. Now, I've not gone with the anti-fascists, as many of you may know. They've counter-protested against me for years. But they came and they supported me on this issue when I came out against this issue. They came and supported me when I talked about my arrest. My arrest for frame and for allegedly saying, foreign filth. I was arrested and charged and looking at 2 years in prison. They came and supported me for that. And I've noticed recently that left-wing groups are organising demonstrations against digital ID. And you know what? I'm going to stand with them. Because while I disagree with them on 99% of everything else, this is something for every single one of us who needs to unite on. That's what I'm trying to do today. As many of you may know, about 8 different organisations have come together for this protest. And there's actually 4 unofficial ones. But for the next demonstration, which we're doing in February, on a Saturday, don't worry, on a Saturday with a stage, there'll be even more organisations. It is time to unite the entire country. Now, I have been organising demonstrations for years, for absolute years. And what I've noticed is, so recently, we've been organising demonstrations against...
Did you see him? Greg Davis?
Who?
Greg Davis from Everton.
No.
I got him down there.
Oh, did you?
I was like, Greg, I got him on the live, He went, why are you filming me? I went, Rishmik loves you, right? So I've changed the camera. He's trying to get a selfie with me. Yeah. He's realised I'm on the live. He looked at me and went,
It's because he don't want to be sort of like, you know,
don't he?
That's probably what it is.
He's been Rishmik. We never see him again, but never mind.
After that,
Greg Davis.
What one was it from there? Who was it from there?
You know, in between us. You know the teacher, tall one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Him.
but the thing is, they don't even need to charge people.
It won't pass with a fucking e-scooter. You're not even allowed e-scooters, are you?
They're like inciting racial hatred. And without charging them, they release
Sorry,
them
mate, can I get through
without
this? Thank you.
charge under suspicion of committing the act. But they put them on bail conditions that prohibit them from attending or organising any demonstrations. So let me get this straight. In a so-called free society, we are being arrested, released without charge, and banned from organising or attending any demonstrations. Is this what freedom looks like? It's not. And so we are going to continue to fight this. Today was a start. I'm shocked there are 200 people here on a Monday evening standing with us against digital IDs. A lot of you may be disheartened with the numbers, but I tell you what, this is only the beginning. In February, we need a little bit longer to actually organise a proper campaign. In February, we are coming back and we are reclaiming our country from the tyrannical oligarchs.
Kill the commie!
Well, before I give a proper speech, because no, you're not done with me yet, I'm going to give the stage to, is Sophie here? Sophie.
Here she comes.
Perfect. So I'm going to give the stage to Sophie Corcoran. She's worked with some fantastic people. She's a writer and political commentator. Can everyone give her a round of applause, please? Thank you.
Before I begin, I wanted to show you my purpose book that I put out my book list this morning. Very relevant stuff, very relevant.
Hold up to your mouth properly.
So, guys, it's really good to see you. I'm not really actually a person that comes and speaks at many protests, to be honest. I think this is probably the first one I've ever spoken at. But James asked and I said yes, so I suppose here we go. Apologies if I stuck. But the thing I was thinking, when you hear of a country where they arrest people for straying from the government's narrative, that censors speech online, that they use the courts to silence people, that it controls what people eat and what they drink, and uses digital surveillance, most of you, rightly so probably, would think that I'm speaking about North Korea.
Or China.
But I'm not. I'm speaking about the UK. Right here, right now. We're seeing people be arrested for causing anxiety. A mother was sentenced to 31 months in prison for a tweet that she deleted. A woman with cancer had police turn up at her house and demand that she apologise to someone for offending them or she'll be facing arrest. And a man was arrested in the dead of the night for daring to tweet the meme that said "fuck Hamas." This isn't China. It isn't Iran. No, it's Britain. We were told that the Online Safety Act would protect children from pornography and violence. Instead, it's been used to censor protests, censor political speech online, and even censor some messages from our elected members of parliament. We've seen Section 14 orders be used at protests like in Epping. I know many of you have probably interacted with that at some point. And we've seen people arrested for silently praying in their heads. And now, in Nando's, if you ever go to Nando's, if you like Nando's, there is a sign that says you are only allowed to drink 1 glass of Coca-Cola due to new government laws. So, in essence, the government now polices everything. It polices what you think, what you say, and even what you drink. And yet, the most dangerous intrusion of all, the one thing that ties all of those things together, and the one reason why, of course, we are all here, is because of digital ID. But we're told it's to crack down on illegal working. That's nonsense. We have national insurance numbers that do that already. The issue isn't the system, it's political will and a lack of enforcement. If the government truly cared about cracking down on illegal working, they would go after the likes of Uber Eats and Deliveroo, who openly hire illegal workers, instead of forcing law-abiding citizens who have done nothing wrong into a grid of digital surveillance. They say it's about convenience and efficiency, but convenience must never come at the cost of our liberty, ever. And I will say that one more time. Convenience must never come at the cost of liberty, and this is exactly what is going to happen here. A digital ID isn't just a passport on your phone. It's a gateway to constant monitoring, tracking where you go, what you buy, what you read, and what you think. And we already know the government polices that quite harshly. We've seen this happen elsewhere. In China, it's tied to a social credit system. In the EU, it's being linked to bank accounts and digital wallets. Once that infrastructure exists, it never stays voluntary for long. Today, it's about security, it's about efficiency, but tomorrow it will be about compliance and it will be about control. Just think, who remembers the COVID passes? They began as a temporary health measure. But as we know in politics, nothing's ever temporary. And they quickly become conditions of everyday life. And they said to us, it's your choice. It's your choice if you want this, but if you don't do it, we're going to force you out of your job, we're going to ban you from seeing your friends, we're going to ban you from seeing your family, and we're not going to let you go out to places. But don't forget, it's still your choice. They were never our choice. And digital ID, once it's normalised, there's nothing to stop a future government linking them to your tax records, social media, or even your bank account access. And now it's already easier enough to get arrested for what you put online. Just imagine
Certainly right.
we can even give information to the Taliban. Time and time again, it just can't be trusted. Centralised digital governance for every citizen. No, we do not trust them with this kind of power. In fact, we should not trust any government with this kind of power, no matter who they claim to be. And we're not alone. Nearly 3 million people have already signed a petition against digital ID. When us of the right wing are agreeing with Jeremy Corbyn. But the government, as expected, so far have ignored everyone, as they usually do, because they have no respect for democracy. But as Margaret Thatcher once warned, we must always be aware of the enemy within, which is much more difficult to fight and far more dangerous for our liberty.
Trying to hide behind that geezer's camera.
The greatest
Sick of
threat
it.
to our freedom doesn't come from a foreign power. It comes from our own government. From a government that believes that people are to be managed and not served. From politicians who think they have the right to control everything that we do. From how many glasses of Coke we drink at a Nando's. My friends, this isn't about technology, it's about trust and it's about freedom and it's about the kind of country that we want to leave to our children. Because once our identity becomes digital, our freedom is gone forever. So let's all draw a good line under it today. I don't care who the f*** you voted for in the past. I don't care if you're UKIP, I don't care if you're the British, to be fair, the British Communist Party as well. I don't care if you're Labour. Let's work together and say no to digital ID.
They say that digital ID, as Sophie touched on there, they say that digital ID is to stop illegal workers in the UK. Well, there's a very simple solution. Deport! It's not difficult. It's something that us conspiracy theorists have been screaming about for years. She also mentioned COVID passes. Well, did you know the Nazis had something called the Gesundheit pass? It's called a health passport. Exactly the same thing. But I'm going to welcome the stage now to someone that you may all know very well, and that is Nick Tinconi, the leader of UKIP.
Louder.
Go on, Nick.
I think it's dusk. It's night time. It's a good job I got blessed with good eyes. What a fantastic crowd. Give yourself a round of applause, everyone. You've come out. I might just camp here. I might just live here and move in here because all of the speeches are happening from here. So that we know that he's not going to listen. He doesn't care. Did you guys know that Keir Starmer wants to bring in digital ID to stop the boats?
That's his excuse! What a joke!
We might as well laugh about it, guys. We know what's coming, right? And there's a chance he might be listening as well. My activist team and I have done more to stop the boats in only a matter of days, funded with only a few quid and armed with a set of balls than any establishment party has ever done over the last 2 decades. You know when Starmer's lying, don't you?
Opens his mouth. When does he not lie?
His lips move. Now to the subject of tyranny. I remember around 5.5 years ago, I was told when I could and couldn't go out. I was told when I could and couldn't work. I was told I would have to get a loan, and I was asked to pay interest on that loan to survive. I was told to stand 2 meters away from my fellow citizens, and I was asked to clap at the sky. I observed glorious sunshine and blue skies never before seen in England, fairly consistently for what seemed like endless months, and every single news piece, absolutely everywhere, was far left propaganda telling me that all white, straight Christian men were bad and were the source of all evil, and that the left, the Islamists and non-whites could behave however they wanted, whenever they wanted, as long as it was in the name of fighting oppression, standing up to racism, objecting to our history, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, their ace in the hole, fighting for minority rights. As a blue-blooded conservative, it is in my nature to not trust the government. After the lockdown files, not only does my inertia tell me not to trust the government, but also to not believe a word they say. It has been made so demonstrably clear that the political agenda is far left and totalitarian in orientation. I am on record as saying we have clearly been living under left-wing fascism for so very long in modern Britain. Frankly, it's one of the most depressing political topics I have to engage in. Britain has been under left-wing authoritarian rule for decades. The ugly truth is that the vast majority of social conservative voters still don't understand this. There is only one hope. There is only one way out. The solution is but one. You must become a political activist. You must become a party member. You must stand and win as a candidate in your area, and you must contribute to returning a parliamentary majority in the general election and put me in place in that building over there. Put me in place as your country's leader, and I swear, patriots, on everything that's holy, I will declare war on the deep state. I will declare war on our corrupt government. I will declare war on far-left extremism, communism, and Islamofascism, as well as beginning mass deportations and remigration of those people who do not belong here. In the spirit of fairness, let us ask ourselves, patriots, what is digital ID for? My first instincts remind me that I have a national insurance number, a passport, a tax code, a unique tax reference, and probably about 50 other forms of identification. NHS number. My instincts tell me that when I was hunting invaders in northern France, these people traveled 2,500 miles, jumping from country to country, and our governments have no issue with this and with spending and offering our taxpayer cash to welcome and support them. I notice also the establishment refuses to deploy the military into the channel to intercept and destroy the boats. Keir Starmer, tell me again that digital ID is designed to stop the boats, you lying scumbag. Recently, my accountant emailed, and I've got a very good relationship with him, even though he's my accountant. He emailed me telling me I had to confirm my identity to the revenue. Now, for those of you who aren't self-employed, we tend to refer to the Inland Revenue in a derogatory sense, so we call them just the revenue. Self-employed people will know full well these people are basically a mafia and live to ensure you and I comply or are heavily fined. Like many British institutions, the revenue is not only incredibly well financed, but also has endless resource. They are a state asset and are in no way a friend of what built Britain, and describes the rags to riches story perhaps the best. That's the story of the family-run and owned SME. That's the small medium enterprises, guys, the start-up businesses. I believe he said the digital app is called One Login, and it is a gov.co.uk product. Now, I have been told in no uncertain terms that should I not verify my ID through this app, heavy fines will follow and that there is no escape. So let us now turn our heads to what the purpose of digital ID is as described by the government. The government have said the following: the card can be used to identify yourself to law enforcement. What do we think of that?
No. Well, they already know where we are.
The government have said the following: the card can be used to identify yourself to law enforcement. Do you like a driving license?
I got one of those.
Do you mean like facial recognition? The government have said the card gives you easier access to public services. What, you mean like becoming Muslim? The card, it gets better, guys. The card helps protect people against identity fraud. The government cares about us. The government cares about our bank balances.
Really now?
Do you know how much they care about our bank balances and our hard work and our blood, sweat and tears? They tax us into oblivion. Now, I just heard from a gentleman who I've never met that apparently this has all been demoed. Test case beta testing, Vietnam, believe he said the 1st of September. 86 million bank accounts were frozen to those who didn't comply. Now, I can't verify the individual. He gave me his time. I spoke to him. You all know I'm at street level. You're welcome, sir. And we very quickly got onto the fact that this is biblical. Any Christians here? In terms of background, guys, national ID, for those of you who don't know, was finally abolished in 1952. Progressivism, modernity, we're going backwards. It was abolished in 1952. You guessed it, it was abolished because populist governments decided it was being viewed as authoritarian and used to crush civil liberties. Guess which politician and which party reintroduced the scheme?
Tony Blair.
Tony Blair and his new Labour, ladies and gentlemen.
Treasonous.
And obviously, for good measure, it is the Tony Blair Institute which has been pushing the idea of digital ID for years as well. Oh, really? So, we know about good politicians and bad politicians over the years, guys. We know about good decisions and bad decisions. There have been some, very few good decisions. But in closing, we all know why we're here. Patriots. The petition was made and it got 100 trillion billion signatures. What's Keir Starmer going to do with that?
Nothing.
He's going to wipe his arse with it, is what he's going to do. They're laughing at us. Petitions work. Pressure works. Lobbying works. Think tanks work. Here's one for you. The Big Brother Watch have issued a statement strongly urging the government to rethink. And as usual, we, the voter, the taxpayer, we remain outraged and no change comes about whatsoever. Now, Ronald Reagan said, evil is powerless if the good are unafraid. We need more than Thatcher, mate. We need more than Thatcher. What do we know about the good in Britain, patriots? Is it afraid? Are the silent majority, the masses, are we afraid? Once again, I am commanded to force you, patriots, to face the realities about the battle we are in. You cannot convert liberal mindsets, nor communists, nor Islamo-fascists. You cannot convert narcissistic personality disorder, prideful, hardened hearts. You are wasting your time trying to save them. We are also out of time. We also cannot wait for another establishment stooge to disappoint us and sell us out to the highest bidder. If we want our country back, patriots, we are going to have to take it back. Because, patriots, you have to fight to keep your freedom. The left always want the government to have more power over our freedoms. The approach of the lefty voter is to do it slowly, over time, accepting that change is indeed slow and often with no shots fired. Indeed, the transfer of power from the people to the government is the incredibly grave matter with which we are now addressing, and why we are here today. And for those of you taking digital ID to the grave, that this is the hill that you die on, this is your campaign, the grave matter that we are discussing is the voluntary offering of our power to the state, unopposed, with no resistance. That's what the message is, and we must confront it. Tell us what you really think, mate. In conclusion, people actually, genuinely, have clapped at the sky, all joking aside. The greatest problem, patriots, we have is the void of courage and, of course, political apathy and indifference on the socially conservative right. Men and women must stand up and fight. The issue we have, and the key ingredient required to fight back against socialist tyranny, is a single unit point of command on the socially conservative right simply does not exist. For too long, patriots and concerned citizens, it simply hasn't been an option available to the socially conservative voters. They have had no one to vote for. How many times have you heard it? I've got no one to vote for. Or if they are registered to vote and they are going to vote, they turn round and say, who did you vote for? And you say, I voted for the least worst option. I promise you, if that mindset stays, if the coward bending of the knee, indifference, apathy stays, the corrupt liberal elite will continue to have their wicked way with us, without so much as flowers and dinner. This is not the end, patriots. This is just the beginning. What has been trialled again and again is us leaving it to the liberal elites to protect us. How's that worked out, patriots? How's it worked out leaving the men in suits, the liberal elites, the millionaires and the billionaires? How's that worked out protecting our women and children? How's it worked out protecting our borders? It's failed time and time again. All this does, all the outrage, all the hatred, all it does is serve to further flatten the heart rate of patriots' motivation and willingness to defend their land, their church, their freedoms, their women and children, and I'm absolutely sick of it. Pressure through movements, lobbying and protests, all of these work to inspire people, and I fully endorse this approach. A massive thank you before I close to James, who is so far beyond his years, and activists who are so far beyond their years and who are doing so much more than I was doing at 24, 25, 26, albeit a very different time. Pressure works, and I want to thank good people, you guys, media, influencers, streamers, activists, men like James Harvey. I want to thank you so much, because this message gets sent to our brothers and sisters in the UK who have given up hope, and it reignites hope, and that is what brings the fight and wins the battle. So I fully endorse this approach, but patriots, you know me, this must all be converted into political action and behind a political party. You cannot take your country back, and you will not take it back without your political party returning a majority in the general election, patriots. Even after lockdown, if people still do not know their political ideology, and if they still do not know their faith, I am at a loss 5 years on from that awful period as to what to say. But I do know we are fighting for the soul of this nation. There is nothing left but to fight back, patriots. I am your leader. I am your fighter. I will retrieve your freedoms. and I will punish the traitors who have taken them from you. Thank you.
Big up, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. That was awesome speech. Now, before we bring on our next speakers, we've got about 3 or 4 more to go, I believe.
Hey,
I wanted to mention, last week I was invited to a demonstration in Braintree. At this demonstration, well, Braintree and Colchester. At this demonstration at Braintree and Colchester, the police had issued a section 14 without any grounds to do so. What this meant was that without any reasonable suspicion, the police were able to dictate the exact location, the exact finish time, the exact start time of the protest. If we didn't listen to this, we would be arrested and would look at prison time. This is not freedom!
So guys, thanks for coming, Charlie CFC. How you doing?
For those who have followed Nick for years, you may know that he's also the Chief Operating Officer of Turning Point UK.
Mr. Colvin.
Everyone give them a round of applause.
Colvin's going over.
Now, can I bring up David a sec? Now, I'm going to introduce you to our next speaker, Young Bob. Before he speaks, he wants to introduce something. So everyone round the applause for 17-year-old Young Bob.
And if they got
I've been using so many times.
I think there was inappropriate that an organisation that fights for genuine freedom gives a minute for a man who was martyred for it. So could we all give a minute of silence for the one and only Charlie Kirk, who unfortunately had an early passing due to the people that couldn't debate him.
the end of freedom. For people who say that the new
Hey! Alright.
Well, on Fighting for Freedom, we have a Prime Minister who is in a bit of a muck right now. He was rhetorically on the right to win over reform voters, but when he noticed that wasn't going to win, he needed to be seen as new Labour leader, this sort of Blairite figure. And the best way of doing that is through introducing and developing on a surveillance state. We currently have 2 failed projects here in the United Kingdom. The failed project of multiculturalism and the failed project of a surveillance state. The same state that prevents me as a 17-year-old from going on Bible Hub because I need ID verification from a third party that stores my data. The same surveillance state that decided to arrest a 17-year-old twice, once for filming a counter-protest and another for a Section 14 of the Public Order Act. A section that controls when you protest, how you protest, and where you protest. Now, on my second arrest, whilst halfway through my detention, because they knew it was a trumped-up public order offence, they decided to arrest me for a second section, Section 19 of the Public Order Act, which is inciting racial and religious hatred, for saying, deport all economic migrants. Now, if that statement reaches persecution, I don't know what screams like communist China. They originally, under the Conservatives, introduced arbitrarily defined laws to control your civil liberties to protest. Then they began to block explicit material under the guise of protecting young people for pornography. And I can say this anecdotally. Under that legislation, I have not been prevented from looking at explicit material. It is a laughable suggestion that legislation would prevent young people from watching pornography, especially when we have individuals driving along on a bang bus going on about how they're going to have sex with just legally turned 18-year-olds. So we have a state which right now is trying to reform itself as a party that will smash the gangs, even then making the left disenfranchised by a policy that was introduced under New Labour. Then we have on the right our Home Secretary, under the guise of trying to prevent Palestine Action protests, even though a few years ago she was pictured at the very same demonstrations. She is now going to ban reoccurring protests. Everything is being cornered in by the public. Your right to freedom, your right to protest, the right to say whatever you want, and this is the same government which will lose national insurance numbers, then trying to argue that it can introduce digital ID. I will argue this to you, patriots. Digital ID is an incompetent policy brought in by a man that knows he's losing. But come next general election, who will use that system is up for grabs. So we need to make sure that we vote in for a party that vehemently disagrees with a surveillance state. We need to ensure that young people aren't used as a form of justification for a surveillance state. We need to make sure that our elected politicians aren't the slimy political businessmen that they are. And we need to make sure that we say no to digital ID. And I ensure this, ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm on bail until the 30th for 2 charges. And I make sure that regardless of the outcome of those 2 charges, I'll still be here saying whatever the hell I want. Because I believe in a society, you should be able to say, unless it incites a degree of violence, whatever the hell you want. And when we have streets that call for a globalized intifada, they decide to pick a 17-year-old who says a very clear message. Deport all economic migrants. I will claim one thing about myself. I'm an activist for freedom of speech, both on the left and on the right. I believe the biggest form of multiculturalism is the multiculturalism of ideas.
and the party which triumphs of the party of multiculturalism, instead of educating our young people to teach that very fact, they rather decide to import a bunch of doctors and engineers and then argue that that's our best form of multiculturalism. A society that demonizes our opposition isn't a society of multiculturalism. It's of fascism and of a culture that's trying to import communist China because they're at fear of losing. The only reason why they will decide to introduce digital ID is because they know they're at the back end. They know that freedom costs them the general election, so they try to control us. So, if activist organisations continue, if pressure begins to triumph over 10 Downing Street, if protests are consistent, if there's no compliance with digital ID, I promise you, Keir Starmer's reign will come to a very short end. But I always like to end my discussions with an appreciation. If a 17-year-old has to tell you this, you know you're in a real bad state. So thank you so much, have a great day, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Oh, go on, give it another round of applause, young bud. Does anyone remember what they were doing at 17 years old? Because I can bet it wasn't political activism. So, absolutely incredible. We need as many young people standing up as possible. I mean, we've got Nika over there. We have got loads of young people in this crowd tonight. And I can tell you something, young people are awake and they are not taking this digital ID. You know, they are trying at the moment to get digital ID into schools. Even I remember when I was in school, they were trying to get us all fingerprinted to pay for food. Because cash is so inconvenient, right? So yeah, let's just go download these 15 different apps to order something. Disgusting. But I'm going to introduce our next speakers. We've got a few more to go. So Danny Roscoe, coming up. Everyone give him a round of applause.
Thank you, beautiful patriots. Now, I want you to listen closely, because what I'm about to say is not a warning about any future. It's about a reality that's unfolding right now, right here in Britain. You see, our government is quietly constructing the most powerful system of control that this country has ever seen. And they call it the digital ID. They're going to dress it up as soft language. It's convenient, it's safety, it's for your security. They're going to tell you it's about stopping fraud or streamlining services and making things easier for you. But if we strip all that away, you're going to see it for what it is, and it's the key to the cage. Digital ID is not just a card on your phone, it's a switch, one that can decide whether you can access your bank, your job, your benefits, your healthcare. It's the power to track you where you go, what you buy, who you meet, and ultimately what you say. And once that switch exists, believe me, it's not going to be a question of if it will be used, it will be when. They want you to believe that this is modernism, that the modernization is not a freedom if it means surrendering your autonomy. Progress is not progress if it places a state between you and every decision in your daily life. And while they build this digital cage, look around you, look at the rest of the picture. Our churches, they're once the moral conscience of this country, and they are emptying. Leaders who once spoke truth to power, they now bow before the globalist cartel. And institutions that once defended our liberties, now they auction them off to the highest foreign bidder. And even our faith, we've seen with the Archbishop of Canterbury, is being rewritten. It's being softened, sanitised, and made more compliant. And there's one thing that they didn't plan though, and that is us, every one of us here. We are the last bastion. We are the front line. We are the people who still believe Britain is worth fighting for. We are the people who refuse to trade liberty for comfort, for truth for lies, and sovereignty over surveillance. We are not extremists for saying no. We are not radicals for demanding that the government serve the people and not rule them. We are heirs to a legacy that says the power must belong to the people. And the government should be afraid of us, not the other way around. So this is our message to every bureaucrat, every minister, every corporate partner building this cage. We see you. We know what you are doing and we will not comply. And to every patriot here today, this is our moment. This is the line in the sand. And when they roll these IDs out, when they link them to your money, to your movements, to your medical choices, stand firm, refuse the leash, support those who refuse with you, build networks, build communities, build alternatives. Because once that switch is flipped, the resistance is going to be far harder. We will not be barcoded. We will not be catalogued. We will not live under a system that treats free men and women like livestock. Britain has faced tyrants before, and that's from the outside and from within, and every single time it was ordinary people doing ordinary, extraordinary things and rose up together as one and said, no, enough is enough. Now it's our turn. We're drawing the line in the sand. Digital ID is the front line. This is the battleground. And if we stand united with courage, with clarity and with conviction, they will not win. God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you, James.
Everyone give it up for Danny Roscoe. Now, I believe it's Brendan Kavanagh in the crowds.
That's me, mate. I agree.
So, for anyone who doesn't know who Brendan is quite a well-known pianist. And he was accosted, about a couple of years ago now, he was accosted by the CCP for filming in public in the UK, in Britain. What an absolute joke. But, you know, I said enough, mate. Thank you, James. Well, first of all, I am absolutely heartened and delighted by the people here. When I look at protests on YouTube and social media, I see chaos, I see drama, I see Antifa, I see all sorts of craziness, but here I see patriots who are beautifully polite, who are reasonable, who are intelligent, and who just want their country back. Now, to be honest, I actually feel this is not a right-wing or a left-wing issue. I think this is an issue that unites everyone. The right and the left wing, to be honest, is a false dichotomy. The digital ID is for us all. It is a first step in a biometrical prison system designed to go with the central bank digital currencies, which they have all planned out when our economy collapses within the next several years. Once they've got the digital money and the national ID, we will truly be in a biometric digital prison. They want to bring in the Chinese communist system here. I know because I had a fight with the Chinese communists a couple of years ago. They turned up in St. Pancras Station making a propaganda film for Xi Jinping, and I disrupted them. It was a huge worldwide drama between me versus the Chinese Communist Party. I was contacted by MI6, who told me that I should not go to China because my life literally would be in danger for playing the piano. So my name is persona non grata with the Chinese Communist Party. And friends and patriots, that's what they want to bring in here. They want control. They want to control us. They want to micromanage us. They want to tell us what we can say. They want to tell us what we can eat. They want to tell us where we can go. They want to tell us what we can spend our money on. And it all starts with the digital ID. So my friends, my patriots, my fellow Christians, we must say no. No to digital ID. 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 No to digital ID.
No to digital ID. No to digital ID. No to digital ID. No to digital ID. No to digital ID. No to digital ID. No to digital ID. No to digital ID. No to digital ID. Now, we've repeated that a few times because Keir obviously has a bit of a thick head and he needs to hear it a few times. Keir, baby, if you're over there, please listen to the people. We do not want what your masters are telling you to do. We do not want digital ID. So remember, this is the first step towards the digital tyranny. Joe Sixpack doesn't understand. He thinks it's all to help things be more convenient. It's to help us, identify ourselves with the police. But we know this is a plan. It's Agenda 2030. It is the New World Order. Yes, it is the beast system in embryo. So, my friends and patriots, say no to digital ID. Restore Christianity to this country. And let's take our country back. God bless you all. And remember, no to digital ID. 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 No digital ID. No to 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 digital ID. Keir Starmer, the people have spoken. We've said no to digital ID, and let's make Nick Tanconi our next Prime Minister. God bless Nick. I'm such a fan of his. Join UKIP. And also I want to say thank you to Sydney and James Harvey, who I've been following from a number of years from when I was in Norfolk during the COVID. I'm a big fan of Sydney and James, and also young Bob. It gives me heart to see the younger generation be on the side of right. So God bless you all. Thank you very much. And thank you.
Now, we're almost finished, don't worry, we're almost done. Now, I've seen a lot of talk online, and I want to make it very clear. A lot of people are saying, it's mandatory. It's mandatory. That doesn't mean you have to do it. Let me explain how this is going to go. Businesses are going to be required by law to make sure you have a digital ID. If you do not have a digital ID, you will not be able to get a job. It doesn't matter if it's only mandatory. They will put pressure on these businesses. They will fine them if they don't comply. We need any business owner watching at home. We need you on board. We need you to help us, the British public, say no. Today, since the announcement came last week, this is the first of the many protests against digital ID. There is one on the 11th of October. There is one on the 18th of October. And we will organise a massive demonstration in sometime in February. Are you going to be there? Are you going to bring a friend?
I'll bring my kids.
This, I promise you, is the start of a cultural and political revolution. We are going to successfully take our country back, one step at a time.
Amen.
Now it's going to work a little bit differently on the next demonstration, because there's no use shouting at an empty building at people who are too thick and too big-headed to care. So in February, I'll be on a Saturday, we're going to do an outreach march. We are going to walk through the streets of London, and we are going to hand out flyers. And then we're going to get to a stage
where we will amplify the voices of the silenced. After that, we are going to travel around the country, and we are going to take our country back one constituency at a time, one area at a time. We are going to get the British public, the working class, on board to fight digital ID. It's going to be a long and it's going to be a hard battle. But it's a battle that every single one of us needs to take part in. The amount of people I have met today who are attending their first demonstration, or whose first demonstration was on the 13th of September, is absolutely fantastic. Everyone, give yourself a round of applause. Now, I'm going to bring on someone who has been talking about digital IDs 6 years ago, back when it was a conspiracy theory. But oh well, the conspiracy theories were right. Digital ID is coming in. Everyone give a round of applause for Piers Corbyn, brother of Jeremy.
Thank you very much. Well, what do I say? Resist, defy, do not comply. We can do it again later. It's okay. Fantastic to be here, and James, well done, really well done on getting this together. Quick round of applause for James. No, seriously. Seriously. Sorry. Oh, drop my speech. Okay. Right, well, Jeremy Corbyn used to be my brother, and now I'm his brother. The main division in the world now is not left or right. These are labels to confuse us. What it's about is democratic accountability versus world tyranny. That is what they want. And Digi-ID is the end of freedom. I don't know what's going on over there.
Just something.
Okay, we'll carry on. The police trying to make a distraction away from me. So, I've got two things to talk about. What is going on, and then how are we going to win? Because while we're demonstrating like this, and we must do this to get the message across to the public. But while this is happening, and there's no new law of Digi-ID yet, we have councils bringing in the infrastructure for it. In Hammersmith and Fulham Council, they are installing thousands and thousands of facial recognition cameras now, ready to control you, monitor you, and along with your programmable currency, have you turned off when the Digi-ID comes in. So we're going to be going to Hammersmith Council on Friday at 12 noon, King Street, Hammersmith. Come there. Yes, yes, please. Because James is right. Talking to the empty buildings is not going to get far. We've got to relate to the public, tell them the truth, and go directly to the town halls where they're going to implement this tyranny. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, and the second thing I want to talk about is the tricks they get up to. You know, of course, they make up a story all the time. It's so convenient, isn't it? As I say on our leaflet. And I say, first of all, if you haven't got these leaflets, take them. And we do some more with more info. And we have some more at Hammersmith. But come there and fight. But they'll try a new story all the time. We know about the boat story. It's unbelievably insane. But they'll carry on. But the thing I think we have to be really worried about is them trying to sell it to us under the guise of Digi with rights. People that talk about Digi with rights, it sounds so nice, doesn't it? It's all right. It means you'll have a prison and you'll have rights in the prison. We say no to the Digi prison. And there's no compromise on this. We do not want even to talk about Digi with rights. We say no to Digi-ID. Stop Digi-ID, period. Yes! That's a good American phrase, isn't it? Period. Okay. So, what are we going to do to win? Well, as I said, the first thing was a campaign of explanation, really. Leaflets explain to people it's the end of freedom. They tell their MPs it's the end of freedom. A lot of MPs don't care a damn. We've got to be as practical wherever we can. It means you've got to resist, defy, and do not comply. And that might mean going to get arrested. Fine. I've been arrested 20 times since the start of all this stuff. Keep it up, people say. Yes. But practically, quick round of applause for me there, I like that, thank you. Practically, we've got to keep cash. Think about it. Think about it. Because once they get rid of cash, we are done. They want to have everything in digital cash. So we've got to go into shops where they're not keeping cash, demand they keep cash, and if they don't take it, take away the goods and put the cash on the counter and go. And when I did that, it got 6 million hits on the internet. So you could get famous on the internet doing that. Try that. Try that. But look, let's be serious. Cash is the bottom line. So we can do that practically. There's other things they do, like, as we said when they were preventing us from driving, in the ultra-low emission zone, drive at will, do not pay, and take down the cameras. All these cameras going up in Amazon and everywhere are to impose tyranny on us. So those who say take down the cameras, I say good on you. Yes, big up the Braidliners. Perfectly. Now I could maybe be arrested for saying this. I do not know. And I might get arrested for going on another demo like this again, because that's what they say. But we're going to have to go on these demos and face being arrested. Okay. So a round of applause for you being arrested. Okay. Right. So, yes. Yeah. The all-day breakfast is, well, they're not nice. None of them are nice. Okay, well, I think I better stop there. But let's say, look, we've got to be practical. We're going to have to take risks, and we're going to have to stand up for freedom. The choice is world tyranny or accountable democracy. And what you call the left and what you call the right are united on this. But I say, get away from those definitions. It's democracy versus tyranny, and we're going to win with the slogan, resist, defy, do not comply. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And go to Telegram, stop DigiID United. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Come on, give her another round of applause. Right, so Demo's going well at the moment. We have got, so we've got Reese and Kate who are going to give a speech, and then we've got Miss Kent who have just found out is here, who's going to be singing a song. So, yeah, let's bring on Reese and Kate. Everyone give a round of applause, please. Come on, a round of applause.
Well, I don't know how you follow on from all of those great speakers, but here goes. Thank you to everyone for being here today. My name's Reese, and this is my powerhouse wife, Kate. It's an honour and a privilege to be speaking to all of you here today. Unfortunately, the circumstances in which we've been called here for are dark and bleak, to say the least. But we've all come here in the hopes of delivering a message of salvation for our nation and our people. For many years, strong conservative Christian leaders have been speaking of a time that would come in our nation. A time of terror and a time of where nations' leaders would usher in a new system. A system that would seek to digitalise citizens' identities. A system that would collectively centralise your identification, your passport, your bank, your taxes, the list goes on. But the system we see before us is now not that of a humanitarian benefit, it's a weapon disguised as digital ID. And how do they disguise it as? A solution for illegal immigration. A biblical prophecy from the book of Revelation, one that masquerades societal control as an anti-God society under a cloak of lies. We do not need a satanic form of control to fix the issues we see in our nation. We do not need a digitalized identification to stop illegal immigration. We do not need a godless, corrupt and evil government dictating to us how we fix the issues at hand. The answer has always been the same from the beginning: stop the boats. You might wonder what digital ID has to do with Christianity or God. You need only read a Bible to see just how much biblical prophecy is being lived out in real time. The Bible talks about enemy invasions of nations as a judgment to a nation that turned its back on God. The Bible talks about a mark of the beast, a 666 system that controls freedom of purchase, freedom to buy and sell. But be under no illusion. A nation that turns its back on God is a nation that leaves open a power vacuum. A vacuum that will be filled with evil forces that seek to remove every single one of your basic human rights. You will have seen out of nowhere a dramatic resurgence of Christianity at the Unite the Kingdom rally a few weeks ago. This is an act of God. You saw muscular Christians breaking strongholds, declaring the name of Jesus and calling this nation to return to him. Amen. It is the only thing that will save this nation, transform our leaders and heal this land. What does Christianity say about all of this? Many believe that Christians are supposed to nut up and shut up and do as they are told. But the Bible says to pay what is owed in taxes to Caesar. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's and give to God what is God's. The Bible does not say, however, to blindly follow and sit idly by while its nation's government not only erodes, but destroys the very foundations of its civil liberties. This is not a biblical and holy government under God. This is an evil, deceitful government. Christians are not called to tolerate evil. We are not called to make peace with it, but to cast out evil and hold aloft our God. Tolerance is not a Christian virtue, and the only way we fix this mess is by reinstalling strong, muscular Christianity back into the heart of this government. God has blessed us with one man rightfully fit for the job, my brother in Christ, Nick Tenkoni over there. Yeah. Together, we can all restore our great land back to reason, back to common sense, and back to purity. But that only happens one way, and that is under God. You did not vote for digital ID. It is not in Labour's manifesto. We did not vote for any of this madness that we see unfolding before us. We are called here today to revolt, to not comply with this evil and radical communist agenda. But I'd like to end on this verse, 1 Timothy 5-8. But if any provide not for his own, and specially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Thank you.
Is it? Today, we aim to leave you with a message of hope, unity, and strength. That no matter what the enemy throws at us, we have everything we need in order to defeat them. Call me crazy, I'm almost glad that they have done this. Digital ID, COVID, BLM, woke ideology, because it woke us up. More lions are waking up every day. They are creating a Christian army and they have no idea what they have started. Many of you will have no idea. You'll think I'm nuts, but it's true. Everything that you and I stand for comes from this book. The truth we all grew up with, the foundations that built this nation. Charlie Kirk, a Christian conservative man, lived his life according to this book, and he left us a blueprint, a guide to combating the enemy. Jesus Christ left us the ultimate guide to life. We have the cheat codes. But if you can't quite relate to Jesus, take a moment to look at Charlie. Realize that his calm, respectful, honest and humble nature pierced their lives so effectively that they couldn't let him live. There is so much power in the truth. In a dark room, all you need to do is turn on the light and the darkness is gone. Light conquers dark. Good conquers evil every time. We hope to encourage purpose in all of you, to recognise that each and every one of us have an important role to play in saving this nation and protecting our towns and cities. There is more to you and your life than our government would ever want you to believe. God has a purpose for your life. You were not an accident. As WWCD, we aim to identify the next step and encourage you to take it. When we go home, the government won't have abolished their plans for digital ID. We know that. We also know that they may try to implement lockdowns at any time. We must prepare locally in our communities. Feeding the hungry, helping the poor, all come from Christianity. Schools, hospitals, charities, even some football teams come about because of Christianity. The Bible inspires care, support, and strength in the community. What we consume, what we watch on TV, what we read, alters our minds and our actions. Cancel Netflix. Cancel your OnlyFans subscriptions. If you're still paying your TV license, get rid. Get yourself a Bible. Reading this Bible will change you. Wonderfully and inexplicably, it will change you. Reading this Bible will save your life. Amen. Oh, knocked my tooth out. Get your children a Bible. Wonderful, wholesome stories that encourage charity, kindness, and honesty, as well as masculinity in males and femininity in women, and sexual morality. Get your children to church. The only place now teaching the truth is a God-fearing, scripture-led church. A top tip when choosing a church: if you see a rainbow flag, run. Yes. Homeschool your kids. Release yourself and release your children from the chains of worldly distractions. Everything has been designed to capture you, distract you, desensitize, and numb you. The solution to all that we have been fighting is in these pages. Stand firm in truth and with strength and faith in God, and the walls that our treacherous government hide behind will come down. With God, for God, and in His strength, not ours. Ephesians 6:10-18, the armor of God. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the power of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the armor of God so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything, to stand. Stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. And with your, in addition to this, take up the shield of faith, which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. And pray in the Spirit on all occasions, with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the Lord's people. Christ is King. Thank you.
Can we end on the Lord's Prayer? We all do the Lord's Prayer together. Does everyone know it? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
That was a perfect way to end it.
So thank you so much for that, guys. Now, we've been here for over an hour now, so can I ask for Miss Kent, if she's here, to come up on the stage. While she's going up to the stage, I've got to ask something of each and every one of you. And that's that we cannot do this alone. We can only do this if we fight together. This is a great start. And I expect there'll be a lot more on the 11th and the 18th. And this movement will continue to grow. But as we go across the country, as these protests pop up, please show them some support. We don't ask for donations, we fund this ourselves. All that we ask is that you share what is going on, you attend these demonstrations, you tell your friends about digital ID, and you help us fight against it. We cannot win without you. Let's show the government that the people are still in control and not the other way around. Now, Miss Kent, join me.
Christmas number one here, folks.
You've got a backing track, yeah? Let's go.
Come on, give a round of applause, everyone.
Jodie, your husband's in this live.
Lily's got fuck all on her. Lily's got nothing on you.
Hello.
Well, mainly mean are wankers, isn't they, man?
Tell me about it.
Dirty tactic bastards, that's what they are, bro.
Sabina, Mahmood.
Yeah,
Farmer, and all the whole lot of them anyway.
They ain't gonna stop the Palestine protest, bro. What they're gonna do?
It's the same prick that hates on the farmers and make grannies freeze in their pajamas. He's a traitor, an undercover dictator, a war instigator. He wants to fuck around and mess with human nature. Going round kids is satanic behaviour. And we ain't gonna fight no war. And we ain't gonna play no more. Sitting in silence, cause we know your game is to push us to violence. And we ain't gonna fight no war. And we ain't gonna play no more. We say no to the Israel war. Don't you know his dad's a tool maker? Well, I'd say he made a perfect violator. A top knob and an Englishman hater. A Ukrainian boy penetrator. Man knows firsthand how Jimmy fixed it. Fully involved but the BBC missed it. Hidden evidence cause they didn't want to risk it. Kept scum and quiet with a rich tea biscuit. Lies and corruption on every news station. Don't you dare speak about immigration. Gender 30s and full operation. As we continue to lie to the nation. We ain't gonna fight no war. And we ain't gonna play no more. Sitting in silence cause we know your game is to push us to violence. And we ain't gonna fight no war. And we ain't gonna play no more. We say no to the Israel war. No war. No war.
have actually. Everyone give a round of applause for Miss Kent. Come on. Now, funny enough, so as many of you may know, myself and Monty Toms from Together have been arrested and charged with hurty words. Those hurty words. So I'm going to end this demonstration on a song from a good friend of mine, a member of Students Against Tyranny, Nika, who has written a song about free speech, and then we can all go to the pub and have a few pints. So, yeah, I'm desperate for one as well. Right. Use yours, we'll link it up now. Have you all had a good demo anyway? Yeah, we have. Listen, like a lot of people have told me they're disheartened with the numbers. Don't be, you've all done absolutely fantastic for our first demonstration on a Monday bloody night. So give it all up. Well done, everyone.
Well, we're getting that ready. Some of you may have heard this in Braintree or Colchester, or maybe on a live stream, I don't know. If I'm annoying, I'm sorry. If you like it, you're welcome.
If you don't, suck off.
Shame we don't have orcs. Yeah, go.
Thanks for staying with us, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to all. Say hello to Monty.
Okay.
Happy mate, you alright?
Oh, the satisfaction of singing at this building. It's great. Even if no one's in there. I know people are tired, we're all wanting to go home, we're wanting to go to the pub. There is a part of the Magna Carta stating every man and woman has basic rights. There you go. There is a part of the Magna Carta stating every man and woman has basic rights to stand and fight. These basic freedoms cannot be granted or taken away. They're here to stay. So go on then. The right to travel, work and protest, education and even their rights. Just do no harm. So go and speak your mind and free speech for all mankind. And stop looking up all my friends for speaking any words. Don't you want the real right?
What church are you guys? Is that a church?
This isn't our church, but we go to a church in Titchfield. It's the Fairham.
I never even heard of Titchfield.
No, so it's a little town near Fairham, so not far from Portsmouth.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Well done for speaking anyway, lovely. Savvy fellow, you alright? Sweet. Alright. Where'd you get that one from?
Had it made.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't see the embroidered ones anywhere.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah.
No, this one's still printed.
Yeah, it's alright then. You mate, sweet. Having a little shake. Having a little shake out.
Don't speak your mind and control my guidance. Stop locking up all my brains, 'cause we can anyway. Don't you want for real crime, just left and rape and violence? Expect us to stay silent. Oh no, I don't think so. Oh no, I don't think so. Oh no, I don't think so. Oh no, 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 I don't think so. And that is the entertainment part of the protest.
Hey!
Can you tell that I'm really tired? Like really sick and tired of being oppressed? That I'm getting the words wrong. Because this shit is getting to me. And I just want to be left alone, to be happy, to live a free life and stop being told what to do. Being a... Whatever.
Anyway, yeah, he follows me on.
Come on, that's pathetic. Round of applause. Listen, I want to thank each and every single one of you for being here today. You can look your kids in the eyes and say, I fucking tried. I was here at the beginning of this revolution. Give yourself a round of applause, and I'll see you in the next one.
Right, that's the end of. Thanks for joining us. Stay for a little while, Philip.
I'm out of here. You take care.
Yeah, see you later, Money. Go. See you later. Yeah, how you doing, Freddie? You right? Yeah, sweet. He was just there looking for Pierce Colvin. Was he? Oh, he's over there. Look, over there.
Can I remind everyone, if you've got a sign, please leave it up here. We need them for the next demonstration. Thank you guys, thank everyone. We will have something we can give out next time, but unfortunately we've got to keep these for the time being. So thank you. Cheers. You can keep the megaphones though. They're for you to take home. The signs we do need back, unfortunately. So thank everyone for being here.
Baby's having an interview with Pierce.
Is that Brandon? You're right. I'm okay. Yeah? I'll let everyone know who you are.
I'm Piers Corbin.
And who's not your brother?
And Jeremy used to be my brother, now I'm his brother.
Yep, and just tell everyone about your leaflet, really.
Yes, our leaflet, Health and Freedom.
I will take one of them.
And
then I can get a picture
it's
of
about Stop DigiID. And come on the Telegram group, Stop DigiID United.
Yep.
Because this issue unites everybody. And I don't agree with the left-right political spectrum anyway. I don't use those words. It's globalist tyranny versus intangible freedom. And we stand for freedom. And we've got to do a lot of actions to get the message across. And we've got to physically resist by insisting on cash anywhere we go. If you go to a place who won't take cash, we demand they take cash, take the goods, put the cash on the table. We've got to keep cash. If they get rid of cash, they get rid of our freedom.
Yep.
So join the Telegram group, Stop DigiID United.
Thank you very much, Piers. Much appreciated.
Can we do a final interview about why you're standing against digital ID?
I'm that way, yeah.
Because earlier there was a musical background, so...
Oh, is this again for both?
Yeah, go on, both.
Yeah, for both of us. Why you're against digital ID?
Digital ID is the end of freedom. It's a world plan from the World Economic Forum. They're doing it country by country, and it's linked directly with facial recognition cameras all over the place, already been installed in Hammersmith and Fulham. We're going to demonstrate there on Friday at 12 noon, King Street Council. Yes, it's all about control. This is what the New World Tyranny is about, and this is their main tool. I believe with action we can win, but people are going to have to take risks. They're going to have to, as I said, argue about keeping cash. They're going to have to be prepared to be arrested.
Don't be scared to be arrested.
We can't all be arrested. I've been arrested 20 times.
I was arrested the other night following a migrant coach around London.
Well, there you are. I mean, There's more of us than that.
Yeah.
It's only 100,000 people. So we're going to have to take this up and up to the highest level we need until Starmer backtracks. It's his poll tax, really. But if he doesn't backtrack, we'll have resistance on the ground. Yep. That is the way. Resist, defy, do not comply.
I have a question here for you as well, because there's music earlier. So, do you think digital IDs potentially lead to Chinese-style social credit system?
Completely.
Didn't want that. I can't get that either.
Chinese-style social credit system is what it is about. It doesn't have to be Chinese. It's called that because they seem to have pioneered it. But it's what they...
Nearly pulled it away from me.
Economic Forum wanted. Forms, but it's the same thing in the end. World tyranny, everyone identified and controlled.
Piers, thank you very much once again.
Thanks, Piers.
Just a final thing. So, when you doing the protest again?
Louis. Next one, Friday, 12 noon, Hammersmith, King Street, outside the council office. And then there's another one the following Wednesday in Maida Hill, West 9. Details on our website and so on, but it's the junction of Harrow Road and Elgin Avenue, 12 noon on Wednesday the 15th. And then the 18th is a big one, national one, 12 noon, Central Line.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Piers.
Thank you, Piers.
You don't want a word?
Nah.
No. Thank you
covered
very much,
everything.
Piers. Much appreciated.
You too.
Thank you.
And take money leaflets, you want them?
Yeah, I've got one.
You got one? You got one? You got one?
Go on, I've got some.
Yeah.
Let's have one in right now, Piers.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Can I take one in?
Did you get one as well?
Just take one and read there,
There
please.
we are.
So Piers Corbyn, obviously people were
Emma.
listening to your speech, but just
Yeah, I'm gone there, people. Thanks for coming. Respect to all the mods. Thank you very much. Done a wicked job. Well, it's been manic at times. Cheers for all the good ones. Cheers for all the subscribers. Beer Britain, are we all right? BB8. DP. Roy's the boys.
You know who's out, don't you?
Roy's on the beer. He's got no idea. He's on the beer. Yeah, cheers for coming, everyone. Hit the like button before you go. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell notification to all. Cheers, Mary. Thank you. Thanks to all the mods and all the good people in the chat. Thank you. See you later, all. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Oh, I'm out of here.
And he comes out and he goes, what?
Go over to Roy. Roy's still alive.
And then the old bill just come running in, grabbing by the leg, smash him on the floor.
Oh, you reviewed that video?
That's BBA, man. That's